Alright guys, welcome into another Vermont landscape video. I'm here in beautiful Moss Glen Falls, just north of Stowe, if you guys know the area. As you can see, we got about 6 to 8 inches overnight here, and I think it's going to create some really awesome conditions over by the falls. We had a lot of warm weather over the last couple weeks, and I think that sort of brought down a lot of the ice. I think a lot of melting has occurred, and what I'm kind of after back there is just some water trails or waterfall streaks with the new fallen snow kind of surrounding it. You wouldn't necessarily get that if we had the whole winter of ice buildup. All that would be kind of hidden away. So let me know actually down below if you prefer shooting these conditions with ice, or kind of like what I'm doing, where I'm kind of after that new snow on top of and surrounding like a fresh waterfall. So yeah, let me know down in the comments kind of what you prefer. I'd be interested to hear it. But yeah, with the new snowfall, we were really teased with a nice spring here. So it's kind of a rude awakening to have a fresh 6 to 8 inches of snow after all the nice weather we've been having. But instead of kind of moping around the house, I decided to try and do something about it and come out to a beautiful location and shoot just a beautiful scene, see what we get. I don't know what it looks like back there. I haven't been here in a few years, definitely. So I'm kind of interested to see what it's like back there and see what sort of compositions we can come up with. So if you guys can, stick with me here, we'll check out the trail and we'll check out the conditions for some good shooting. All right, we'll see you. All right, so this is actually just what I wanted. Nobody has been here today yet. Fresh powder conditions in a beautiful place. And I am the first one here today. It's about 10 o'clock, a little after 10. And on a Saturday, and there's no one else here. So I'm gonna have the whole place to myself. Yeah, can't wait to get over there. Let's check it out. So this was kind of a surprise. I've been kind of looking for a really nice location for a beaver dam or a beaver hut, and I just kind of stumbled upon one. I didn't know there was a little beaver home here, but we're going to try and get a picture of it. And again, another beautiful scene with a freshly fallen snow. So just trying to work in a composition of just kind of creating some initial foreground interest. Instead of shooting directly at the beaver house here, we are trying to include, again, a little bit of the foreground. So. So as I move closer here, it's important to keep in mind when shooting in new snowfall conditions is just be very cautious of your foreground. Be really observant in the perimeter, and then move forward once you find, a composition you might like. It's really easy to like get excited and come right to the front and take a shot where the better composition might be a little bit further back. So just take your time, kind of observe the area, because you could ruin that foreground if you trudge all the way up front and just kind of ruin the foreground shot if you decide to move back later. So again, always important to like start as a perimeter, take it all in, and then start moving forward if that's not working out. So it's kind of what I did here. I kind of moved towards this point. I really like, there's a little reflection here kind of within the snowy ice here, and I'm really liking the covered pine trees in the background. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can make this shot work out. And yeah, here it is. All right, so this has been really nice and all, and a really, really pleasant surprise. I had no idea this was here. Can kind of check that one off this winter. But let's head over to the waterfall and see what sort of compositions we can come up with there again. Also, when we get over there, I'm gonna take the same approach, observe from further back, and then start to move towards the waterfall. Yeah, here we go. All right, so from at this point in the trail, there's kind of two ways to view these waterfalls. There's a high viewpoint, which kind of gives you a narrow view of the falls from above, which is really cool. I don't know if I'm going to do that today or not. With the current conditions, you really do want good grip and limit the chances of falling. So that's why this is here. But there is a trail that kind of walks along the water to my left here, and that kind of brings you around the cliffs and a lower vantage point of the water. So we're going to go check that way out first. So we made it to the falls. They're right there. I did not account for how high the water was going to be. I think I'm going to try and see how deep this is, being very slow, very careful. I want to try and get around this corner. That way it's going to open up the falls, and everything should come together that way. But there is some risk involved, and I want to be safe about it. And so I'm going to take this very, very slow and gingerly and see if I can get any closer. Alright, so this is about as close as I could get. I'm pretty close to the waterfall, but there's no shot down below me. Water's too deep, ice is too thin. So I'm going to go up a little bit higher over this rock here, and we'll see if we can get a better angle at it. So yeah, let's check it out. I'll show you what this looks like. Alright, so it's pretty loud next to that waterfall. So again, what I'm doing here is getting the camera on a tripod and getting the aperture to about 20. And what that's going to allow me to do is increase the length of time of my shutter. And to obtain the water streaking, you want to get something around 1/8 of a second or longer. I also have the ISO as low as that can go as well, to again keep that shutter length as long as I can. I'm shooting at about 24 millimeters, so it's not quite wide enough to get the whole waterfall in. So I just aimed up a little bit and was able to get this section, and I composed it to where the water is working from the bottom left of the frame up through the middle and out to the right. So it's creating a nice little diagonal line through the photo for your eye to travel lower left to upper right. We decided to come up a little bit higher to the spot I was talking about earlier. It's really not that bad up here. They really gated the whole area. Again, I haven't been here in a few years, so it's also changed. And now there's a really nice stairway actually up to this main viewing spot. Yeah, let's check this out. We might get another shot here. It's pretty beautiful. Alright, so if you can still hear me, again, apologies over the sound of the waterfall. But this shot, you can really only do one way. It's very narrow, straight up and down, for a vertical shot. So I got the camera in portrait. I have the settings about 1/8 of a second, a very closed off aperture about f20. That's so I can increase the length of the shutter to draw out some of the motion in the water. So it's one of my favorite things to do. And yeah, here's the shot. That's probably going to do it for me today. Thanks again for watching the video and following me on this journey to Glen Falls. Absolutely beautiful conditions today. Really am happy I got out of the funk and got in the car and came out here to Stowe today for some photography. It feels so good when you get out and you can make some images work out. But yeah, if you guys liked the video, please leave a like and a comment down below, and I'll do my best to get back to you if you have any questions about the area. Yeah, take it easy guys. We'll see you in the next one.